Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar Kadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and his unbegotten Son, Bahashem. In the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lost Gosh, the Holy Tongue. And I say Barak Abam to the elders and apostles, Wa'aki and Ma'akwaf, and I say Shalom. This is a outside lesson, number one, as of June the 2nd, 2026, on this Tuesday morning. So the title of this outside lesson is going to be the Second Woe past, behold, the third woe coming quick. And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. Matter of fact, Luke 21, verse 25. This is the book of Luke 21 and verse 25. Yeah, this book of Luke 21, verse 25, it says, "There shall be signs in the sun and the moon and stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. Will perplex seers burn," right? Because you look at the word WOE was square distress. That's what we're seeing among the nations. So the nations are in perplexity and distress. That's why we're seeing nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, mighty rule against mighty rule. So that's going to continue to increase now. You know, we're getting close to the time of the Gentiles, and the arms of the nations are being fulfilled. We're seeing signs of it. You know? This is Matthew's 24th chapter, Matthew's 24 and verse 6. It says, "Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but it is not yet." Right, so it's going to come to pass, but it's not going to end yet. So on a daily basis, we're still going to be seeing wars and rumors of wars between these nations. And that's the spirit too, because before I came out here, I had seen a news article about from the, I believe it's from the time of Israel. But you know, yesterday they made that announcement about this supposedly a trust agreement, like a little temporary trust agreement between Lebanon and Israel. They having talks today between Lebanon and Israel as of today. I believe June the 2nd as tomorrow as well too. Despite the fact they agreed to an announcement of a ceasefire and another extension of ceasefire, and you had Hezbollah, and they was mentioned that that partial ceasefire, Hezbollah had rejected it. You know. They were saying that they're going to continue to use strikes against the Israel Defense Force. So, hey, that's that Joel, the 3rd chapter, let the weak say I'm strong. So these wars and rumors of wars are still going to continue to increase. And still, the second war is still going to come to pass before the third will come quickly. That's still going to continue to come to pass fulfilled. You know? And then you got the Russia-Ukraine situation that's still intensifying. Because you had a heavy missile drone strike because Russia retaliated after that missile strike that Ukraine did a couple of days ago. Unalived those 15 children at that college, that school over there in Moscow. So that lets you know we seeing wars and rumors of wars still. You know, Matthew's 24 and verse 6, it says, "Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." Right, Yahweh Shai said you're still gonna hear wars and rumors of wars. "See that you be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but then it's not yet." Right, so it's gonna come to pass, but then it's not gonna come yet. I mean, it's gonna come to pass, but not gonna end yet, not yet. This is Matthew's 24 and verse 7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." This goes to ethnos. "And there shall be famines and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places," right along with it. And this is the prophet Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near to come up." Right, so let all the men of war draw near to come up as they continue to be gathered over there in the Middle East, which is Western Asia. And you had the Houthi rebels, they were saying, Hezbollah, they were saying that they reject that partial ceasefire agreement. So that you know they're going to continue to target Israel, the Israel Defense Force. It says, "Proclaim be this among the Gentiles, or the armies of the other nations." It says, "Prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near to come up." Right, so let all the men of war draw near to come up. So you're still going to see wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Mighty rule against mighty rule, like it says in Jeremiah 51 verse 46. It says, "And let all the men of war draw near and let them come up." Why? So they still gonna be gathered up over there in Western Asia. This is Joel, because you still got Israel Defense Force. They still gonna have their troops stationed over there in Lebanon. That's why the Hezbollah was saying that they rejected that partial ceasefire agreement, and then they're gonna continue to still target the Israel Defense Force, despite the fact that ceasefire agreement that they agreed to yesterday. This is Joel chapter 3 verse 10. It says, "Beat your plowshares and the swords and the plenteous and the spears, and let the weak sound strong." Right, so let the weak sound strong. These proxy groups, these pro-Iranian groups, Hezbollah, they still gonna be rising up against Israel Defense Force and their allies as well too. You know. So it's book of this is Joel chapter 3 And verse 11, it says, assemble yourselves to come on you heathen, brought the arms of other nations. It says, gather yourselves together round about others and cause like mighty ones to come down by Yahweh. Right, so they're going to be brought down by Yahweh Shemashai as he continues to gather them up over there in Western Asia. Joel chapter 3, verse 12, it says, let the heathen be awakened, right, the arms of the other nations. It says, let the heathen be awakened, come against the vast Jehoshaphat. From there, I will sit and judge all the heathen round about. Right, because Yahweh Shemashai is going to sit and judge all the arms of the nations round about. Over there in the Middle East, which is Western Asia. Joel chapter 3 and verse 13 says, put ye in the sickle for the harvest river, come and get ye down and press us forward and fly so forth from their wicked great. Joel chapter 3 verse 14 reads, it says, multitudes and the multitudes and the valid decision, for the day of Yahweh Shemashai is near the valid decision. Right, so the day of Yahweh Shemashai is going to be near the valid decision. What the brightness of his coming, he coming back with our fire to righteous judgments on the armies of the nations. That's why we're seeing Isaiah 34 chapters in full effect. This is a controversial desire one for the Israelites, because they had the part of his land, they had the part of his people as well too, was the Israelites. So it's going to be that righteous recompense, a rightful so. And this is the book of Luke 21. I'll just bringing out precepts along the way. Luke 21 and verse 9, right? Yahushua speaking in red letter. It says, but when you should hear wars and commotions, right? That's what we're hearing, wars and commotions. Because Yahushua spoke about this 2,000 years ago. Now it's being referenced in these times. It says, ye should hear wars and commotions. Be not terrified for these things. Now, even though it's been on and on back and forth, but it's going to escalate once again. That's what we're seeing. It said, but when you should hear wars and commotions, be not terrified for these things must first come to pass. But the end is not by end by. Right? So it's going to come to pass, but it's not going to end by end by. Right? It says things to come. Luke 21 verse 10, it says, then say ye unto them, nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, which goes to Ethnos, and that's what we're seeing. And this is the book of Revelations, chapter 9 and verse 12. It says, the one woe passed, and behold, there come two woes here thereafter. Why, so one woe passed, and there come two woes here thereafter. Revelations 11 verse 14. Then I'll close it out. It says, the second woe passed, behold, the third will come quickly. It's right, so the second woe passed, before the third will come quickly, which is an Armageddon, Armageddon 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. This was just a outside lesson that I want to bring out of the title of the lesson as of June 2nd, 2026. And the title of the lesson was the second woe passed, before the third will come quickly. Right, so the second woe passed, before the third woe is still gonna come past the field. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakadash. And the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, Bahashem, and then Hamashiach Yahushua. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, Velocitas Holy Tongue. And I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles were Akim and Akwa. Until next time, I will say Kwame Sharala and the Ball, and Shalom.